It is the 9th day of February 2023. A very good evening to you and welcome to News. This is TV47. In the next 30 minutes, I'll be updating you on what is happening in the country and beyond. And we do start with Langata MP Felix Odiwuor Jalango has been kicked out of an Azimio la Umoja parliamentary group meeting that is ongoing at Manzani Lodge in Machakos County. Now, commotion was witnessed at the facility this morning after a group of men blocked Jalango from accessing the meeting hall. After the brief commotion, the MP was allowed in, only to be sent away minutes later. Speaking to the press after being kicked out, Jalango claimed that a member of Raila Odinga's security asked him to leave the hall. Speaking moments after, Odinga castigated who seemingly have jumped ship and are working with the government.
I came here because I'm a member of ODM, a member of Azimio. And when we walked in, the boys who blocked me and said I will not come in. And after that, I was allowed in. When Baba walked in, one of his close security asked me to walk out. That's what happened. I walked out. Yes.
How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
I feel bad because I love Baba. I'm a member of ODM, and I really feel bad.
You regret meeting President Ruto?
I can't regret meeting President because I've gone there in my own capacity, and it's because he had called me for development issues. And I still repeat, I feel bad that I can't attend the meeting when Baba is there. And you know very well what I've done for the party myself, what we've begun with being. And I'm happy that it has taken a different time.
What next? What next?
And we'll definitely be following up that story for you as it unfolds and even as Azimio la Umoja leaders meet in Manzoni in Athi River. Now, President William Ruto has eulogized Professor George Magoha as a great teacher and a distinguished public servant. In a speech that was read by ICT Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo, Ruto also described Magoha as a firm and uncompromising, noting that the country has lost one of its most brilliant minds. His successor, Ezekiel Machogu, reminisced how Professor Magoha had an impact in his son's professional life, adding that the good professor had a great impact in the Ministry of Education, Treasury CS Professor Njuguna Ndungu, Basic Education PS, Internal Security PS Raymond Omolo, NAC Chair David Njongere, and Kisumu Governor Professor Anyang' Nyong'o were among top government leaders who attended the Mass at Consolata Shrine in Westlands. A section of former cabinet secretaries who served with Magoha during President Kenyatta's government were also in attendance.
We mourn the passing of a good man, a loyal servant of the Republic of Kenya, a highly accomplished scholar and a great teacher who gave sound leadership everywhere he worked. Professor George Magoha, with whom I had opportunity to work with, was a distinguished public servant.
3.5 years ago, Professor Magoha, when he was appointed the Cabinet Secretary Education, he picked a young man who was then teaching, who was a lecturer in the University of Nairobi, the Faculty of Law. That young man happened to be Paul Machogu, my very own son. I'm happy to inform you that work ethics that Magoha taught that young and many others are such that as a family we really appreciate.
He would take his time to synthesize an idea and even consult over it as much as he would do. But once he was convinced about the direction to take, there was no stopping him.
Now, away from that, one person has been confirmed dead, 8 have been rescued and 7 others are still trapped inside a gold mine that collapsed in Sigalagala, Kakamega County. Police say the pit collapsed at about 2 a.m. this morning and buried 15 young men. County government officials, police officers and emergency response teams from the county are currently at the location helping with the rescue mission. And according to the police, the 8 people who were rescued were rushed to the Kakamega General Hospital and are in a stable condition. And joining us live is Violet Auma. Violet, a very good evening to you. What is the latest from Kakamega to this point?
Yeah, thank you so much, Stanley. Yeah, we are here at Sigalagala. That is the actually where the 12 of them were trapped in the mine, and so far they have rescued 8 of them, and we've been told one of them, of course, succumbed, and we have 3 of them who are still trapped in the debris. But of course, the rescue mission is on as at now. We can't really go close to the place because we have been told by the security officers to be a bit far distance from the place because of security. We have a lot of cracks, and probably if my camera person can just pan, we have some cracks even in the houses that are around here. We already have some cracks in the houses, and earlier on we were able to talk to the county commissioner John Ondego, who said that who actually sounded warning to unlicensed gold miners who've been mining in these areas. But again, of course, I also issued a notice for those people who are living around to vacate the place to avoid other disasters. Of course, something like this that has actually happened today, and of course we were told that it is something that happened at around 2 a.m. in the morning. But as I said, some have been rescued. 1 has been confirmed dead. 3 are still trapped, but we are still following up to get to know probably what is the fate of the others. But we have one of the guys who are trying to rescue them, and they just come out from the mines, and he has said that they have been able to communicate with one of the people who are still trapped there. But of course, we'll keep an eye to get to see what is happening, and of course, we'll be able to tell our viewers what is the latest. But I have the chairman of Shinyalu Gold Miners. Probably will just tell us your names, tuambie majina yako, alafu tueleze shughuli ya leo inaendelea kivipi na kumekuaje mpaka sasa, na kulingana na nyinyi idadi ya watu ambao tunaambiwa kwamba ni watu 12. Sijui ni watu wangapi ambao wamekuwa pale na ni wangapi ambao tunatarajia wataweza kuokolewa kutoka pale.
Asante. Mimi kwa majina ni Jomo Samuel Makala, nikiwa chairperson wa Shinyalu Mining Group, na mkasa ilianza saa 7 za usiku na tulikuwa na wafanyikazi ndani wakiwa 11. Ndio tunakonfamu kwa kitabu walikuwa 11 wenye waliingia kasi loti ya usiku. Kwa hivyo wakati mkasa ilianza, tulianza kushughulika na kufanya uokoaji, na kufikia kitu kama saa 1 tulikuwa tumeanza kuokoa. Sasa kuokoa tukaanza kutoa watu 7 kwanza, alafu baadaye tukatoa mtu mmoja wa 8, alikuwa ameaka. Alafu saa hizi tunapambana, tungali na watu 3 chini, ndio tunajaribu kupambana nao tuone vile tutatoa. Hata saa hizi wawili tunawasiliana, tunaongea, tuko na mawasiliano nao, wanasema wako sawa. Sasa tunajaribu ile tutakutana. Lakini shida yenye tuko nayo upande wa mining, sisi serikali yetu ya county pamoja na serikali yetu kuu tunalilianga sana tukiwa na chango kama hiyo, wakuja watusaidia, watuletea hata vifaa, watuenue hata kinamna, na lakini hawasongii karibu na sisi. Na unajua hii kazi ya mining inalisha watu wengi sana. Inalisha zaidi wa mama karibu hata 8,000. Vijana zaidi hata 5,000. Tunaambiwa hata wasee wakiwa ndani, wamama wanasomesha watoto. Ndio kitu ya maana sana sehemu yetu ya kwetu. Alafu kitu ya pili, wakati mining inafanyika, tuna vitu yenye inatusaidia sana kwa village. Utakuta kwa village vijana wataenda kuiba kitu ya mtu, wanangangana kazi yao mining, alafu pale tunaona utulivu wa wizi hatuna.
Kidogo mwenyekiti, nikuulize, awali tumeweza kuzungumza na county commissioner ambaye amesema kwamba kuna watu ambao wanaingia katika migodi na hawana leseni. Nyinyi wote kama wewe mwenyekiti, wale wote ambao wako chini yako wako na leseni ya kufanya hiyo kazi?
Unajua tangu 2016 tuna leseni yenye haitolewi. Hiyo serikali ilifunga na wakakubaliana na sisi tufanye kazi hii, lakini kwa masharti yenye tuko nayo. Shida nyingi naongelea katika serikali, wakuji kutusaidia namna ya kutuletea sisi vifaa kufanya kazi. Sisi wenyewe tunajifanyia kazi, na sisi hatuna pesa ya kufanya uchamini. Tunajaribu sisi wenyewe tu kungangana na maisha yetu. Sasa pale serikali tusaidie.
Wamesema ya kwamba mnafanya kazi usiku na wameweza kupiga marufuku ule uchimbaji wa madini usiku. Kwenu nyinyi mbona mnafanya kazi usiku na sio mchana?
Mijimba migodi kwenye iko saa hii, hauwezi ukakosa kufanya kazi 24 hours. Lazima ufanye hii kazi 24 hours ndio ufaulu. 12 hauwezi ukafaulu. Kwa sababu tunafanya ndani ya maji, tunakunywa maji. Na wewe ukaenda karama ya maji kutoka asubuhi na kisha uende nyumbani, tena baadaye ukuje uende karama ya maji wiki ukienda. Kwa hivyo tunafanya usiku na mchana.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you so much. So Stanley, basically that is one of the chairman of Shinyalu gold miners, and as he has said that they have over 60 members of Shinyalu gold miners. But as he said, we are actually receiving different numbers because the county commissioner earlier on had told us there were 12, but as the chair, they are saying, according to their records, there were 11 people. So basically, for as at now, according to him, and also the number that we've gotten from the county commissioner, is that there were 4. One was able to be, the one body has been retrieved, and of course we are basically waiting to get to see the fate of the 3. But he has said they have already communicated to 2 people who are still trapped in the debris. But of course we'll keep an eye on this and get to know basically what will be the fate of them. And of course we're just wishing that we get them alive from the debris. I take it back to you, Stanley Nyaringeta.
Right, thank you for that, Violet Oma from Sigalagala in Kakamega County. And we'll definitely be keeping our eyes and ears open to give you the latest as events fold. Away from that, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has refuted claims of an attempt to arrest his predecessor, Fred Matiang'i. This as Matiang'i moved to court this morning, seeking to be issued with an anticipatory bail to bar his arrest. This was before Langata-based police officers visited the former CS's residence in Karen Estate here in Nairobi to probe on who exactly raided the premises in the wee hours of Wednesday night. Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome and EACC Chairman Twali Mbarak have denied reports that an elite police unit raided the residence of former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i on Wednesday night.
The CS, we have instructions to tell the country that CS Matiang'i will not run away from this country. He will not go away from this country. He has not committed any known crime. Anybody with evidence, let him present that evidence. Mr. Matiang'i will be arrested if there's an offense. He will stand before a competent court of law. He has enough advocates to defend him. He himself can defend himself. So let it not appear that CS Matiang'i is in any mood trying to appear that is above the law.
Now, what is happening today is a reminder of what happened during Moi's regime, where a cocktail of very few leaders, who all suffered after Moi was gone, did what is happening today. Now, let me remind Ruto's government that you are not indispensable. I am speaking as somebody who might take over from you very soon, if not Raila. You are not dispensable. You are not above the law. So is Gachagua. This issue of roadside statements.
And meanwhile, Kenya and Eritrea have agreed to abolish visa requirements for their citizens in order to enhance regional integration. The decision was arrived at during a joint meeting between President William Ruto and his visiting counterpart, Isaias Afwerki, at State House in Nairobi. The two heads of state further agreed to collaborate and consult on regional peace and security.
To facilitate growth in trade and connectivity between our people and our business, we have agreed to abolish the requirement of visa permanently, effective today. We have agreed to develop comprehensive plans for cooperation in various sectors, including agriculture, trade and investment, air transport, mining, education, renewable energy, water management, tourism, the blue economy, and our regional integration.
And Bomet Governor Hilary Barchok is now calling upon security agencies, together with the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, that is NCIC, to take a stern action on leaders who are inciting Kenyans. According to the county boss, Azimio leader Raila Odinga should follow the Supreme Court's verdict that declared William Ruto as president and halt the planned countrywide mass rallies.
We should not only be going for the small fishes, even these big people, the MPs, and even Raila himself. We should not think that he is above the law. You make any comments that will defy the country, I think there is no room for such. Others' elections are over. Elections were there last year in the month of August. But it is unfortunate that leaders of the caliber of Raila Amolo Odinga wants to keep the people of the Republic of Kenya in perpetual mood of elections and campaigns.
And Kilifi Governor Gideon Mung'aro says the county government of Kilifi has partnered with the Kenya Red Cross Society to improve disaster management in the county. The county disaster management team will now receive proper training on disaster from the Kenya Red Cross Society to improve response in times of disaster. The governor says that the county has already set aside some funds to purchase 4 new intensive care unit ambulances and another 4 state-of-the-art fire engines so as to allow a more robust, better response and life-saving department.
Areas ambazo tunataka kufanya kazi sasa hivi zaidi ni vitengo vitatu. Moja ikiwemo kitengo cha disaster management ambao Kilifi is a devolved function, na kitengo chingine ni kwamba upande wa afya, na mwisho ni upande wa maji na mazingira. Kwa hiyo sisi kama shirika tuna mikakati ambayo tunataka kufanya. Moja ikiwa ni kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba watu wamepata maji safi na ya kunywa, na pia kupunguza magonjwa ambayo yangetokana na maji hayo.
So disaster management is a priority in this place. We are living along the sea and we cannot joke around the way I saw people joking around the other day. I spoke with KWS. This accident happened 400 meters from KWS. And you wonder why you had to lose lives. Because the management of disaster is not coordinated. And this is what is supposed to happen now. The coordination of disaster management will have to take it to a high notch, that anything which happens, we can save lives.
Over 100 needy students from Taita Taveta County are set to benefit from scholarships offered by the county government. Speaking after contributing 15 million Kenyan shillings, Governor Mwadime asked university students to apply for loans under the revolving funds kit. This comes at a time when the Education CS Ezekiel Machogu reiterates that no student should be sent home over school fees. The leaders blame the delay of funds disbursements from the Treasury to country and CDF accounts for having delayed issuing of bursaries.
Tusirudi tusikie eti mtoto wa scholarship amerudi nyumbani kwa sababu sijui mlikubaliana mchange kununua bus. Tafadhali, kama mtakubaliana mnataka kununua school bus, hiyo mpango isikwaze mtoto wetu. Maana mtoto ni wetu. Isikwaze mtoto wetu. Mtakayokubaliana kule, uhakikishe na wewe kama mzazi umeshikilia hilo jukumu sawa sawa.
Sisi tuko na one principle. Huu mtoto tunasemanga ni mtoto wa serikali na Equity. Immediately wakati ule wanaenda, we ask them to the chiefs. Huu mtoto akiwa na tabia mbaya, chief ni wewe tutalaumu. Kwa hiyo tunakuomba address the governor, hata wako nasomesha, tupatie mashinani. Huko tutanyorosha. Unajua sisi wakati mwingine wazazi, mtoto akipata scholarship unaanza kuona kama about that the end of.
Since its inception in 2014 to date, over 3,000 students have benefited from the funds dispersed as loans. The loan products available are purely for tuition only. They benefit students undertaking certificate, diploma, degree, and master programs, where master students are offered Kenya shillings 100,000 per academic year.
Governor, watoto hawa ambao tunawapa is scholarship ya 300 and above, sio hao peke yake ambao hawana